you. All right, go ahead and
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we start, I'd like to announce that security cameras have been installed in the meeting room for visual recording for security purposes only. Members of the public could be recording the meeting. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Does anybody, any amendments? Okay. Move on to opening comments. If you have, not details, just that there are zoning hearings coming up on April 23rd. One is a continuation of the Fiesel Road hearing from March 26th, and the other is on a Miller Road property. So those will be coming up next week. And then, is there any public comment? Can you give us your name?
Brooke Mulday.
Okay.
Do you want me to come stand?
No, you can stand there.
I'm actually one of the zoning hearing that's in, I think, next week. And I just wanted to come and sort of express my concern with the ordinances themselves and the definition of corner lot and side yard that have led to these zoning hearings. I think that they are just too broad. We have a 10-acre property. It is bordered on one side by a private lane that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You can let Ellen, you can let Tammy know that it was approved, okay?
You can let Tammy know it's approved.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We have no preliminary plans. Old business, last month, you guys had approved or recommended the Chad Young lot line revision with, I guess, some conditions to go to the supervisors. The supervisors did approve that at their meeting. So that has been completed. No conditional use submissions. Next is the ordinance review. So we did, April 2nd, we had a workshop where we went through the various ordinances that are listed on the agenda with making headway on, let's see, the landscaping, I guess C through F, landscaping, home business, electronics, signs, and then Owen Pella's review. So we did those, had some discussion with that, and John has provided us with some additional language for us to look at. He just did that this evening, so that'll be for everybody to look at. Please provide any notes or questions on those to John. And then we did schedule another workshop for May 7th at 6:30, and at that workshop we'll finalize C through F, but the main purpose of that workshop is to discuss the area and yard requirements and then also the accessory structures. Because that was a little more involved, and we had already spent 2 hours getting through all the rest at the April workshop, so we wanted to be able to really have that close to full 2 hours to spend discussing those two ordinances, given the nature and the complexity of those. So that'll be happening May 7th. Did anybody else have any comments on those, or? All good with that? Okay. And we're gonna move on. And John, thank you for getting those updated notes to us.
You're welcome. Looking forward to the 6th.
We have no education this evening, and that takes us to item 13, discussion, which is review of Municipal Authority, small water and sewer grants. They're for three locations. And Larry, I see you're here. Do you have anything to share with us?
I can review briefly. We've been wanting to address 9th Street for quite a while. We've had multiple breaks. Over the last 12 months, we had 5 breaks in some of these lines just for some fire flow use. So the issue with the lines is corrosion. They were installed in mid-80s. It's rather premature for these to be as corroded as they are, but many of the lines, there's not much left but nodules of iron oxide and graphite. So to improve reliability and also to save money, we probably spent $90,000 last year fixing the water lines in that area. We want to get on them and start replacing them. We suspect that eventually, within the next 5 years to a decade, we'll have to replace about 4 miles of pipe in that area.
Any idea why it's failing?
Well, back in the 80s, that line was laid by Steve Ford and Municipal Authority. We did not have an authority. In the 80s, there was an issue with some pipe. We don't know if it was a quality issue. It was actually a class action suit filed, and some people recovered money. It appears that nothing was done to investigate whether we owned some of this defective pipe or to recover any funds for it. 40 years is a pretty short time for ductile iron pipe. We also suspect and have been doing some tests about the corrosivity of the soil, because we're actually seeing some issues with 20-year-old pipe in the Tri-County area at this point. Same kind of corrosion. And that was one of the reasons that we did not lay ductile iron, in addition to cost, for the new extension. Because these soils do seem to be fairly corrosive. These are also next to roadways. They've received salt for years. That's probably also a factor.
So that was 9th Street. Is Robinson and Suzanne the same issue?
Robinson and Suzanne are the same issue. We had a break on Suzanne, and when we saw the condition of that pipe, it's only a 6-inch pipe, we thought we had better replace it as soon as possible.
I'm ignorant to this. So what are you replacing them with? What type of product? Is it similar or?
We may go with plastic instead.
Is that more expensive?
No, it's actually less.
Because I remember like a general rule of thumb was $1 million a mile, and this is quite a bit more than that.
Yeah, well, PVC is about the same as ductile now. It used to save you a little bit of money.
Yeah.
But the HDPE that we're laying, it's very, very thick, it's very resilient, and it certainly won't corrode.
But it's about 73% more than that rule of thumb. $1 million a mile.
We don't know what the estimate is. We have connections to remake. We're gonna have to recost those. And we're gonna have a lot more restoration to perform for households along these roads.
I mean, all in all, it's less than a mile. You got all 3 of them on.
All in all, it's less than a mile. But I
But,
think
but yet we're at
one
1.4
bid
mil
for
almost.
about these bids are all, but we're putting the request in for the maximum permitted. It's
Okay.
small water and sewer. We're requesting $500,000 apiece.
Is your existing corrosion internal and external?
In the Harvey Run Road area, it's been going on long enough, it's internal and external. What we've seen are plug failures, where a plug of metal or material, I hate to even call it metal, will actually pop off the line. Our previous operator fixed one leak at Robinson. He said the material he had left to deal with was about the thickness of 6-7 sheets of paper. Originally it's 3/8 of an inch thick. and originally it's also lined with cement. When we see these breaks, we look inside, we feel inside there's no cement left in these lines.
Cracks, breaks out,
Any other questions?
So it's very brittle,
gets flushed down the line.
which is why when fire companies close valves as carefully as they can, they end up breaking out in 5 places.
Any questions? Okay. What they need to proceed is for us to, provide just a simple letter saying that the project, the location, I guess that we've seen the cost proposed by LSSE, that's consistent with the land use, comprehensive land use in that area. So it's a replacement, not a install, that's already there.
Are you abandoning the old line and just placing this next to it?
That's not been decided. We replaced about a mile of asbestos concrete pipe because it was starting to come apart. We were afraid we were gonna start seeing asbestos in the water, which is never a good thing. We abandoned that line in place. I suspect these will both be replaced in kind.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I think these lines will be replaced in kind in the same location, just my familiarity with the project themselves and the alignment of the existing pipe.
I guess, yeah. How much other line do we have in that area that is about the same age in the next 10 years?
All of it.
All of it. Rough estimate on.
Over
how-
3 miles.
3 miles?
Over.
Okay.
The fire company's on that line, the schools are on that line.
This line you're replacing, is it integral to the school supply?
The school has an additional route for water, as does the fire company, it's looped. So we shouldn't see any outages.
So, and I don't know if you can answer this or not, but just because I don't necessarily understand, maybe not understand might not be the right word, but if you replace these sections, do you risk it of causing harm or affecting the condition of the remaining pipe? Like, is it gonna affect it in any way?
Well, that's
They don't
actually
need
one
to
of
be
our concerns
replaced.
about these breaks, because we're
Yeah.
afraid sooner or later we're gonna have a break and we're gonna having to chase it for half a mile to find a place to repair it.
So, it's
We'll be
just,
going
it's
from
gonna
flange-
have to be a rolling.
We will be going from flange to flange
Okay,
on valves, so, no Ts. So as not to disturb any water line, we're not immediately replacing.
okay. I guess I kind of, yeah.
If that
you knew
doesn't
what I
work
was
out, we're
asking.
gonna need more money immediately.
Yeah, okay. Thoughts?
So we have the 3 letters ready?
They're ready, we have to take action on it.
Do we have to do it separately, or can we lump them together?
You can put it together. You can put it together.
I think the point of that letter, because we've done these before, is even for new lines, is the lines need to be consistent with the comprehensive plan, or they don't want it.
Yeah.
They don't want us interfering with your zoning code.
So, yeah, we just have to take action if we go together.
Yeah, so, I'd like to make a motion to approve all three letters for the three applications for the three different water lines, correct? Are they separate applications or one?
They were separate.
Separate.
Separate applications, yeah.
A second.
That was yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Chris has made the motion, or to second, any other questions? Okay, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Welcome. Closing comments, I was preparing closing comments. So thanks, for everyone coming out this evening, have a happy Easter. We'll be doing a lot of work in the next month and in May on those ordinances, so you'll hear more about that at our next meeting. And I think that's it, happy Easter. Happy Easter.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Okay,
I said,
all right, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.